Prachi will
Should we
begin
start?
shortly. Yes, Prachi, begin.
All right. Hi, guys. Do you choose to be rich today? Make money work for you? Read money books together? Plan your retirement? Join the Thriving Women community? Invest and grow your knowledge and money together with other women? Well, if the answer to all above question is yes, then you are at the right place. I'm Prachi Garg and I welcome you all to Women on Wealth Online Money Book Club. This is a free reading platform where we read one book at a time, and the books are related to personal finance, habit building, mindset building, and of course about our investments. And today the book we are discussing, this is the final discussion of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So let's start.
Thank you, Prachi, for that wonderful and impactful introduction to WOW and our book club. So for the past 1.5 months, we have been reading Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And we have read a lot of books in the past, right? And just like we discussed also last week, that even in previous weeks, that even if people get financially educated, there are still some roadblocks in their way to actually becoming financially independent. So today we would want to explore just this theme, that what stops women from taking charge of their finances? What is the roadblock in their path? And what are the reasons that they give to just simply not start? And before we begin, I want to acknowledge that this is not to belittle or dismiss the individual problems that we may be having. This is to encourage every women out there to move beyond those reasons. Okay, so just for example, there are some reasons that we have heard personally from women who don't start, and the reasons are, I don't have money, right? But the fact that you don't have money, isn't that the even more a stronger reason to actually start learning about money, right? So these are just like one of the examples that we have heard. So I just wanted to bring this question out in the open. So what is it that stops you from getting started? Or what is it that stopped you from getting started earlier? And how did you move beyond those reasons? The discussion is now open for all the members.
I think the fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of taking risks, fear of not being able to understand.
Yeah, definitely that last one, fear of not being able to understand, because not being able to understand would somewhere mean that there is embarrassment that I'll have to face, that I will be exposed, that as a qualified individual who is making her own living is not qualified enough to make her own sound financial decisions, and has no clue. Because definitely, and I think for me personally, never had I had this kind of conversation even with myself earlier, but only these realizations set in later, that once I started to become more aware, right? That's when, oh, maybe this is what I was thinking. That happens, right? And for me, some of the reasons, one reason was definitely, "Arey, ye to aana chahiye na." And never did I realize that aise nahi aata hai. You're not born gifted with the knowledge of personal finance. What about others?
So I'll share something.
Yes, Gauri, please.
Yeah. So, first of all, I would say that, the reasons are very different for everybody. because everybody has, faces very individual and very different kind of circumstances around them. So the motivating factor, I guess, will be very different for everyone. But yeah, as you said, firstly, when somebody has a lack of money around them, or is, actually that is affecting their lives in a way, I guess that will be a very strong motivator to, get them started. As because, even I have experienced that in my life. And, that was something I never saw earlier in my life. But, from past few years, I saw some decisions being taken wrong financially in my family. So, which were not very supportive. And that was a very big, a great, push for me to do something more, positive, and, get started with being wise with money, and, how to be more serious about it and work on it, how to do this, So that is what motivated, because I saw the problems happening around me. So there are various problems which get created and they affect you negatively. I guess that is what really, pushes us forward. Because if we are in a comfort zone, now we'll never realize that, how important it is. If we have somebody taking care of us and we are dependent on someone, we will never realize the importance. Only when we get out of the comfort zone and, things, the circumstances change that way, they push you out of that comfort zone, is when we take action to do things. And that is what happened with me also. So, honestly, in my case, everybody has a different scenario. I'll just share one thing. Financially, with from my father's side, honestly, as of now, there is no support. Uh, from my brother's side, there is no support. So I know I have to do everything myself now. And there were some problems in the marriage life too. So those were my personal circumstances. Knowing that there won't be any male support as of now, at least, I know I will have to take a stand. There's no option. So there's no other way. This is the only. So that has pushed me to take kickstart, and join WOW, and really been blessed to be in this community. So I think circumstances are different for everyone, but the main thing is only when the problems get created, when the comfort zone is not there, and, that is when somebody can be provoked to take action.
Thank you.
So what you said about learning from your circumstances. So when I really resonate with that, because when I saw my circumstances, my parents, other people, I was very clear on what I don't want. क्या चाहिए था वो नहीं पता, but I knew what I don't want. Right? I don't want a certain quality of life, or I don't want to be stressed about money, or I don't want to make piss poor financial decisions. And of course, I didn't pay any attention to my financial education when I was a student, because I thought, because अभी पैसे हैं ही नहीं मेरे पास, तो मैं इन्वेस्टिंग इन सब के बारे में सीख के क्या करूंगी, right? But during the final year of my college, my mindset really flipped. One, because I saw around me and I saw that, okay, people in my career are not earning as well as I would like to, or they are still dependent on their parents or on somebody else. They're not really living on their own, because of course, again, money scarcity. So I wanted to learn before I started earning कि यार okay, earning तो आती जाएगी, but at least I should start learning कि okay, जब आएगा तो उसका करना क्या है, so that I can start building my assets, I can start building some sort of an emergency fund for myself. And how do I do that? So this is what prompted me into action. And of course, when I started looking, I found that my sister-in-law is a very active part of the community, and she brought me here, and that's how I started. So I think I went beyond my reasons in just a flip of a few months, and I think seeing people around me and observing definitely played a big part in that. So I guess negative motivation, is that what we can call it? Maybe that's what worked for me.
for me, the saving grace was, of course, I think the constant push that I got. You know, had Priyanka not pushed me enough, then I did the program, seeing that, so I did earn enough money for myself, or a lot for myself collectively when I sat down and calculated. But then I also, there was, I was not really earning well at that time, in the sense I had taken a break. So I would have gone back and not signed up for it. But Priyanka persisted, and her push is what got me started. And her push is what brought me back into the community. Otherwise, I had gone out of the community. The community concept did not exist earlier, right? So that's what. And I think, you know, ignorance is bliss. Buldana, ignorance just happily allows us to ignore things, right? But the more we are reading, more our mindset is changing, the more aware we are becoming, the more careful we are becoming as well. But there are people in my life, left, right, and center, they're making their own life dangerous with each passing day. You know, like a very, very close family member. You know how in the movies we had seen कितना करोड़ों का कुछ होता है, and then, you know, they come down to nothing. And we are seeing it right in front of our eyes, where people had, like, you know, family member, this one particularly, they had, but they have gone into such debt that they've sold off already the two properties they had. The third one is on the verge of, you know, people. So yeah, I don't want this life. And so it's scary. But again, their story is definitely not going out into the world to help other people learn, right? But now these things, when I look at it, then they bother me a little bit. Or I'm also, and the funny part is that I'm also not bothered enough to participate in it by giving money to them, because I know that it's not coming back. Otherwise, pehle kya hota tha ki I would have gotten into that emotional bind of our family members. So if someone's threatened them about something, then okay, now whatever it is, family hai, paisa ikkatha karo and then pay off, right? But I'm able to now sort of keep myself away, because I know that okay, there's no way I am going to be able to even help, because it's not a small sum, and it's not a kind of amount which will come back, and I need to take care of myself. So but yeah, ignorance is bliss for a lot of people who are not too aware. But now with some awareness, it's scary as well at times. Yeah, but that's reason enough to continue, I think. What are the reasons do we hear? What are the reasons do you hear your friends giving you for not getting started on their upskilling?
Peter, you know,
Someone else is managing it. What's the need to do so?
पति कर लेगा ना, पति कर तो रहा है, क्या जरूरत है करने की?
and I think a lot of women just want to, you know, kind of not break the image of being that warm, loving nurturer in the family, because suddenly out of nowhere, springing up and talking about money, मतलब you're being rebellious, you know. ये अभी तो चुपचाप बैठ के फुलके बना रही थी, अभी suddenly इसको पैसे की कहाँ से सूझ गई? I've actually had friends who had to say that, you know, कि the kitchen में थी ये, you know, money table पे कहाँ से आ गई types. I've had friends, and I mean, in fact, I'm quite. I mean, it's not exactly off topic, but it's slightly like a you know, the overlapping thing, where I've had friends who've done MBA and post graduation from premier institutes. Okay, and today, even if they are doing their jobs, it's like, oh, you know, my husband and my in-laws, you know, allow me to do it. I'm like, wow, you know, Mike, I've been brought up with freedom and all. I'm like, you know, वो मुझे करने देते हैं, मुझे job करने देते हैं मुझे, वो ही बहुत है, you know. So that's actually a backhanded compliment, as I call it, for the in-laws and all. So yeah, a lot of resistance. Everyone wants to look good, you know. क्यों खाली फुकट पंगे लेने हैं, पंगे, yeah, ये भी सुना था मैंने किसी से.
sometimes it could also be say na, that we only know one way of life, the alternate way of life where you can be financially independent, or you can have a balance at home as well, where you are partnering in financial decisions and no one's against it, right? Ye bhi hai, but that's an alternate life for maybe many people still. And hence they don't for them it may not even exist. We are able to see it now because we are doing it, right? Yeah. And don't know if we even want to wake them up unless they
एक
want to
fear भी
wake up,
होता
right?
है, एक fear भी होता है कि why should we do it यार, like when husband is doing it, why should we do it? Because in my case it was this fear, मतलब मुझे जरूरत ही नहीं थी, मुझे था कि मैं क्यों करूं, जब वो कर रहा है, I'm leading a comfortable life, क्यों करूं? तो वो शायद मेरे खुद के सवाल जवाब थे, और जब मैंने कर लिया है तो मैं रियलाइज करती हूँ कि like my husband is the happiest person now. He knows he can discuss things freely with me. He knows कि हाँ ये जो भी investment decisions ले रही है वो सही है, and he is listening to me. पहले मेरे अंदर ही एक वो था, एक मेरा ही मतलब जिसे कहेंगे ना एक closed mind था.
Block, yeah.
So maybe we need to work on that also. Husbands चाहते हैं, husbands मना नहीं करते, लेकिन हम खुद ही करना नहीं चाहते.
उनका ये भी कोई चीज ऑटो पायलट पे चल रही है तो व्हाई, व्हाट इफ आई ट्राई एंड इट बॉम्ब्स, तो सब बोलेंगे देख चल रहा था ना, क्या पड़ी थी तुझे बीच में पढ़ने की, सो लॉट ऑफ वुमेन डोंट इवन, या मतलब चल रहा है ना, शांति बनी हुई है ना घर में, नहीं ऐसे दैट्स एटीट्यूड.
नहीं, मैंने तो लर्न करके बहुत बड़ा नुकसान भी किया है अपने पति का, जो मुझे सुनना पड़ता है, बट ठीक है यार, तुमसे भी होता है ना, मुझसे भी हो गया, हो गया तो हो गया.
Yeah. We're stopped by our own reasons, right? Some of the reasons we get to hear when we connect with people are, of course, it's become very common to see that women don't put themselves first. There will always be, I mean, I've even heard reasons where, somebody's child is returning from abroad and hence cannot do it now, and I'm like, oh, you just have to spend, do you, I mean, I'm like, okay, how much time do you really need to spend with the child, or how much taking care one needs to do, so I think somewhere we maybe the striking a balance between everything else. So ऐसे भी reasons आते हैं which stop women sometimes, or maybe they are expected to be around the kid. I don't know.
एक रीजन ये भी होता है, like when we go to kitty parties, वहाँ पे people only talk about jewelry and clothes and fashion and everything. They don't talk about investments. So like, what if I start talking about this? So I might be like, they may say कि ये तो outcast है यार, इसको हटाओ, ये कैसी बात कर रही है. तो ये भी शायद एक रीजन हो सकता है, क्योंकि women के लिए टॉपिक होता ही नहीं. Women feel, oh नहीं, investment यार ये क्या है, what is this? Let's talk about jewelry, let's talk about clothes, हम कहाँ घूमने गए, हमने कितना खर्चा किया, let's talk about those things. But अब जब मैं अपनी फ्रेंड्स के साथ बातें करती हूँ तो उनको लगता है कि यार ये कहाँ पहुंच गई है और हम अभी भी वहीं पर हैं. I mean, they started to envy me, लेकिन अभी भी वो लोग स्टेप नहीं ले रहे हैं, अभी भी वो लोग करना नहीं चाहते हैं. They only like they're just waiting कि पता नहीं क्या होगा, कब वो शुरू करेंगे. तो पता नहीं क्यों, I mean, I understand lot of times I've tried like encouraging people, educating them, but उनको लगता है यार बेकार की चीजें हैं, ये तो हमें करना ही नहीं है. बिल्कुल क्लोज्ड माइंड कि नहीं तो नहीं. तो ये भी होता है.
And I feel it.
Yeah, sorry.
I just feel, it's my point of view, that it has to come from within. You need to come forward. आपको शायद आपके आसपास के लोग कितना भी समझाएंगे, कितना भी बोलेंगे, but unless you feel the need to become financially independent, you won't find a way. Because even in my case, मैंने काफी सारे अपने colleagues, friends के साथ discuss किया, but they have their own dilemmas. They don't want to come out of it. Okay, my husband is managing, I hand over my salary to my husband and he's looking after it. Why should I bother? And I'm like, yeah, you people are earning. Please, पता तो रहे कि क्या हो रहा है. But they don't want to come out of that zone. And it has to come from within that, I need to come forward. I need to learn. I need to invest. That's my opinion.
Yeah. And
You know,
it's
it really, sorry, Shruti. I just wanted to add that it really brings back what we read in the last weeks, that, Robert Kiyosaki says that if your wants and don't wants aren't strong enough, aren't stronger than reality itself, then you won't start. He clearly says, I really like his no nonsense style in the book. He clearly says that, agar ye wants and don't wants clear nahi hai, itni strong nahi hai, don't even bother reading further, because then you are not going to move into action.
Yeah.
And I feel sometimes, they don't even know what is in it for them.
Yeah.
In the sense that from the time that I become part of the community and started talking to my friends and all, I personally consciously try, at least in my circle, जिनसे मैं बात करती हूँ, I don't come across as someone who's trying to chipkow them something because I have something to gain out of it, you know. And I mean, I've added so many people to the page, but I just see a very tiny fraction of them who even put in a comment sometimes, So that's quite heartbreaking. So now what I feel is that as and when I meet my friends or I happen to chat with them, and then they ask, "यार ये क्या है ये भाव का तूने कुछ भेजा था and all." Then I just tell them, and then some of them एक दो के मैंने शीतल का number भी दिया है. I don't know, I'm yet to check if they've called and taken anything forward, but to basically ask them, tell them कि मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, get them interested, see is there any gap in their life, and then see how this can help plug it, instead of just because कईयों को यही लगता है कि क्या तो course करिए. One or two even ask me, do you get a commission out of this? I don't get anything. I just get a lot of mental security and I see future security, and I'd like viewers to be a part of it. So,
Yeah.
a lot of friends. So I consciously try to not come across as a salesman, because because the thing is this, अपने wow community में एक ऐसी जन्नत दिखाई है कि it can be very overwhelming for us and for others also. The kind of crows and all that we could talk and all. I mean, I don't think I used to discuss crows as much as I do now because they look doable.
Yes.
So yeah.
I can never forget that moment. We were in this is pre-COVID times, and we used to meet at Saket, at the Wow Center, and like 100 crore तो मुंह से निकल ही नहीं रहा था. Like Priyanka was telling us, so how much money do you want? And we're just talking about it, and Hira and I just couldn't say 100 crores because because I may be saying it, but okay, I don't think it's possible. So even accepting this, that yes, okay, let me start saying it, and then systematically follow kar se ho bhi jayega, so that it takes practice to even say and get comfortable with the idea of saying, okay, 100 crores or 10 crores, whatever the amount it is, you should try it. How you feel when you say, yes, I am worth 100 crores. हमें तो बहुत nervousness हुआ था, and we just said like, कैसे 100 crore बोलते ऐसा. So you should try it and then share. How did you feel?
Yeah, I haven't gone beyond this, beyond this fear. So I think I'll give it a try, or at least starting to accept कि हाँ possible हो सकता है.
Yeah. Like just check with you. Everybody should say, yeah, my net worth is going to be 100 crores. And अगर वहाँ थोड़ा सा hesitation भी होगा, then find out why. And all you need to do is say it a few more times to become comfortable with the idea of even saying it, right? Or do you hesitate so much that you stop saying it altogether? So do try that exercise and then share how how you feel.
वो कहते हैं ना कि when you start manifesting तो वो happen भी हो जाता है. So let's at least start manifesting. Okay, wow, my net worth is 100 crores. Great.
Yeah. And I don't mean to say it from a point of, again, affirmation or anything, and if somebody believes in that, but we were just saying this line and we were really nervous about it.
Sheetal, I swear by affirmations, I mean, I got into real estate because of affirmations, and 99% of my dreams have come true. And honestly, it's something, मतलब मैं ये सबको बोलती हूँ, something I sell the idea of affirmations to everyone. And you really have to say, thank you, universe, for the 100 crores that I see in my account today, and end it with thank you thrice. Trust me. I mean, okay, the 100 crores are yet to come, but most of the other things I've written and worked towards have happened. It's something that should be added along with everything else that we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for adding that. I will try that.
We are also joined by Surbhi, Pragati, Lit, Mansi, Kanchan, Payal. Thank you guys for joining us today. We were missing you. Ki kahan hai,
Yeah.
so.
We thought everybody was having a good Friday time.
Yeah, I would say it's good to stay connected either actively or passively, because it puts you in that frequency. Mansi this side.
Hi Mansi, good to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody wants to share?
Yeah, I want to share one thing, that the one thing which happened with me after WOW was that like my sister-in-law Sonika, she's here also. So like she's been married for 5 years, and like she's a part of the family since 5 years. But like after I joined WOW, she was before me. So हम लोगों की like we started connecting more, we started talking more on a, तो मतलब like so people see लोग क्या बात करते रहते हैं इतना देर, so even so that also we could really अभी connect ज़्यादा, I feel कि ज़्यादा एक connection बना है हम लोग का because of WOW. हम लोग यही सब बात करते रहते हैं, so money is related to so many like in other areas also it's connected. So वो एक जो bond वाला होता है ना, when you are like connected in a right place, then वो family वाला bond भी एक better हो जाता है. That अगर मैं कुछ उल्टा पुल्टा कर देती हूँ ना, sometimes little mistakes, then I hope कि she's understanding, क्योंकि हम लोग same community के part है, so थोड़ा सा mindset कहीं ना कहीं वो match कर जाता है हर चीज में. And so that is something which is very beautiful right now. So we're hoping कि और भी family members आएं, but like we have one more, Lavina, but yeah, so we stay in the same house, me and Sonika. So that is a very nice thing which has happened after the community.
Can't agree more, Pragati.
That's so beautiful to know. Okay, so for everybody who joined in a little late, we've been talking about, what are some of the reasons maybe that kept us from really upskilling in the area of finance, or, the reasons, there can be different reasons which will show up. Like even at this level where we are, if some of us have started, we still have our reasons that is stopping us from going to the next level. I mean, we're trying to get out of these reasons that we give ourselves. It could be maybe reading the annual report of a certain company. We know the structure tells us, but okay, I have my reasons to not get into that right now. So we are exploring what are some of the reasons that keep us from taking our financial life to the next level. So if you want to acknowledge any of the reasons, please go ahead. Who wants to share? No one has any reasons? Nothing stopping you?
I don't know if this has been talked about before, but also not having a clear idea as to what you want. What are those very specific goals that you want to work towards? I think the bucket list that we worked on in one of the books, that really gave me an idea as to, like I really need to push myself and make my money work for me if I want to get any of these dreams to come true, So yeah. Everyone says, हाँ हमें बहुत कुछ करना है. तो वो क्या करना है? Make it specific, write it down, look at it every day, motivate yourself. That's going to push you to work.
Yes, and off late, something that you know, there's so many things that the ideas that we work on at Women on Wealth as well, and because we've been rigorously also working on building a system in our own personal lives as well, right? Finance is a system, but something personally that I've become more conscious to right now is, um, for example, let's say I have to post a video, for example, on Instagram. ये 6 बजे जाना है, let's say, but ये नहीं गया. To the rest of the world and even to me, I just had to post a video. इतना क्या है? What is such a big reason कि नहीं गया? It's not something that I'm doing for the first time, you know. And now that I'm working on the system and we have so many such conversations, I am becoming more present to what is that, and it's never a big reason. I think these are almost always the tiniest of reasons. Like the reason maybe the email or the post has not gone out is because Sheetal has not downloaded it from Facebook to upload it on Instagram, you know. So, or it could be that I have not, maybe I even know which video I want to take that snippet out of, but the reason it has not gone out into the world is because I have to watch the whole video again to take out the snippet, क्योंकि मैंने लिखा ही नहीं time कौन सा वाला निकालना है, for example, you know. So I am now seeing how the littlest of action that I can go to, because if I am stuck there, the other big things which are supposed to happen after that will obviously not happen. So I'm sharing this also so that if anybody feels that you are not able to move, then maybe you need to drill it down to what's the tiniest first action जो अगर हुआ ना, then he'll set the ball rolling. So ये मेरे साथ बहुत होता है, but I've just become more aware to that now.
कई दफा ना ऐसा हो जाता है कि वी गेट कॉम्प्लिसेंट, लाइक अब मुझे पता है मेरा पोर्टफोलियो बिल्डअप हो गया है, मुझे अब एवरी मंथ सिप करना है, लेकिन अब मैं उसमें कुछ उसके लिए कुछ और नया रिसर्च करूं, कुछ वो करूं, मेरे को सॉर्ट ऑफ लगता है मैं स्टॉप हो गई हूँ कि अच्छा अब एक मेरे 10 स्टॉक्स आइडेंटिफाई हो गए हैं, अब मुझे उसमें एवरी मंथ सिप ही तो करना है, और क्या करना है, बट आई एम रॉन्ग ओवर देयर. अरे अगर क्या पता उसमें से किसी कंपनी का, मतलब जैसे कहते हैं ना, प्रमोटर ही चोर हो जाए, वो भाग जाए, जो मैंने इतना पैसा अभी तक लगाया है वो भी तो डूबेगा ना. सो आई हैव टू बी कॉन्स्टेंटली ऑन इट. लेकिन वहां पे थोड़ी सी लिथार्जिकनेस आ गई है, थोड़ी कॉम्प्लिसेंसी आ गई है कि हो तो गया है ना, चल छोड़, अब बहुत हो गया. तो शायद वहां पे अब पुश करने की जरूरत है, मतलब पर्सनली मुझे ऐसा लगता है.
I think you should start looking for all the annual general meetings. That should be your next level. Because when you go there, then you know then it's a new kind of learning, right? New experience to bring back and learn from. So yeah, start attending all of those and bring all the learning to the community. Huh? Don't forget to share. Okay.
So yes, so today we are completing the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. I hope everybody liked that book and took away something from it at least. We did share, me and Sheeta, we did share 3 things that we are taking away from this book. So if you're around our Telegram group, do share what you got from that book, and yeah, we'll love to hear from you.
I do want to ask a question to everybody. Have we now become rich moms, or are we still poor moms in our thinking? Bank balance या corpus से build होता रहेगा, but have we transformed into becoming rich moms?
Definitely working towards it.
है ना?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Mindset
The
change
mindset.
हो गया है.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Then that's met the objective of the book.
Yes, and you know, since we are always interested in learning about human behavior and behavioral finance, you know, why we behave with money the way we do. So we have picked a brand new book for our book club. Let us announce that. So give me a second.
you able to bring it up?
Is the screen sharing?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, there's an issue. Just give me a second. No? The file is frozen.
Mhm.
Ah, okay. All right. So drum roll, please.
Yeah.
The next book we are reading is Know Yourself and Know Your Money. It's a book by Rachel Cruz, and the subtitle says Discover Why You Handle Money the Way You Do and What to Do About It. So Prachi, would you like to share something about Rachel Cruz herself?
Sure, sure. Okay, so Rachel Cruz, she's an American author who specializes in subject of personal finance, and her mantra is making money more simple and fun. Just a sec. Okay, she was born on 25th of April 1988, and uh, she specializes on the subject of personal finance. Her book, Smart Money, Smart Kids, co-authored with her father, Dave Ramsey, was the #1 on the New York Times bestseller list in 2014. And her second book, Love Your Life, Not Theirs, 7 Money Habits for Living the Life You Want, they were published in 2016. She was born and raised in Tennessee, and she has 3 children, and she also is one of the one of the 3 children born to author and radio host Dave Ramsey and his wife Sharon Ramsey. She attended Brentwood High School and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in communications. And she advocates, I mean, this is really interesting. She advocates using debit cards instead of credit cards as a way to control spending and to never spend beyond one's means, which requires a discipline and a mindset that often goes against the grain of our instantly gratified society. And her works include, as I said earlier, Smart Money, Smart Kids, Love Your Life, Not Theirs, 7 Money Habits, The Graduate Survival Guide, The Contentment Journal, and the book we are reading, Know Yourself, Know Your Money. And one more interesting fact, which I unearthed about the author was that even though she advocates about saving, but she's a big spender at heart, and she loves to eat pizza. I mean, this is a fun fact. She loves to eat pizzas, and while she was growing up, she hated budgeting. I mean, it sounds awkward that she hated budgeting since she knew that her father pressure there. But eventually, when she realized that a budget is the best way to tell where the money is going, she found it all the more reasons to do it. She says a budget didn't limit her freedom, it gave her more freedom. And she's passionate about sharing this freedom. And since then, she has written 4 best-selling books, and she's out here to help us how to control money and create a life we love. That's about the author. Saloni?
Thank you, Prachi, for sharing that. So the reason why we chose this book and we chose this author is because we want to keep mixing it up and bring different perspectives of money for our members. So on the first look, superficially, the Rachel style look more of a very traditional one that focuses on planning and budgeting and avoiding debt and restrictions. But I hope that as we go further down the book, we'll discover more about her and about the way she thinks about money. So yeah, so what we can expect from this book. So this book is basically divided into 2 parts. The first part talks about the money mindset, and the second part talks about the money behavior, right? So why you, how you think and what you do. So in that way, so in money mindset, it will be covering what you learned about money in childhood, how you are uniquely wired to spend money, what uh, what fears do you have about money, and how you respond to your money mistakes the way you do, and what to do about it. In the money behavior, she has talked about why you choose to spend, save, and give the way you do, and how exactly committed you are to winning with money in the long haul. And a very nice disclaimer about her book that she has written in the introduction part, that I really loved, and I said, yeah, we should read this. So this is what she says. She says that, but make no mistake, I didn't write this book so you would have some self-awareness and aha moments and then move on to the next thing. I wrote this book so you would take this new knowledge and put it into action. And I think this is all we are centered about at WOW and at this Money Book Club. Even in the live that Priyanka just did at 4:30, she started with this exact notion that we can read books, right? We can keep reading books about finance. We can start building that mindset, and it definitely helps. But at the same time, if you're not building that system to implement it, then it's just junk of knowledge. So when we are starting this book today in our club, I would like to request all the members to really be in that action oriented mindset, and don't just read book for the sake of reading, or just for the sake of discussing. Read this book because you want to improve your relationship with money, because you want to know yourself and want to know your unique money mindset and money behavior. That is all I have to say.
Wow, who's excited? Who's excited about this?
I am.
I am.
Yeah.
I am excited. Yes, Mansi.
Yes, I am too. This is going to be different. She is Dave Ramsey's daughter. Let's see what she brings. Okay, and now shall we do some reading of this new book?
Yes, and I think in the interest of time, since we have already introduced the book and the author, we can skip to the start reading from the part 1. Or you can give them a snapshot of what is there in the book.
Yes, yes, I will do that. We need some volunteers who'd like to read to the club members here. So who wants to read and contribute by reading?
Pragati is in.
Okay, and maybe one more person. We'll begin with Pragati. Yeah, here's a snapshot of what the content list look like. Looks like
Yeah, I really want to know what's there in this money classrooms concept.
yeah. So we'll jump right into it now. So we'll begin with Pragati, right? So here you go, Pragati. You can read a couple of pages, and somebody else has volunteered already.
Yes, Lit has.
Gauri
and
has.
Gauri has too.
Okay, maybe we can all take up 2 pages each to begin with. Over to you, Pragati.
Yes. So, spaghetti night changed my life. I was in second grade and I was having dinner at my best friend's house. Katie Thompson lived down the street from me, and we had been friends since before I could remember. I had been to her house dozens of times to play, and she'd been to mine a lot. Our moms were good friends too. As a mom myself now, I know that when my kids play well with my friends' kids, it's the absolute best. It must have been a total win for our moms that Katie and I were attached at the hip. That night at dinner, though something happened, and when I look back, it was pretty profound moment in my life. It was getting to be dinner time, and Katie's mom told us we were going to have spaghetti. I was thrilled. My mom made spaghetti all the time at her house, and it was one of my favorites. Even to this day, it's one of my go to dinners. But when we sit down to actually eat, something wasn't right. The noodles were longer than they were supposed to be. My mom always broke ours in half. These noodles were so long, they seemed to never end. The sauce was dark red, almost brown, and worse, there were these disgusting looking balls of meat sitting in the middle of the dish, aka meatballs, which I'd never seen before. Spaghetti sauce was supposed to be bright red with tiny pieces of ground up meat in it. And where was the bread? There was supposed to be bread, what we supposed to dip into the extra sauce on your plate. As I sat there in confusion, Ketty's family happily dug into the meal using their spoons to twirl the spaghetti around their forks to eat. At home, we cut our spaghetti with a fork, and every now and again, you'd hear a slurp from someone at the table. Ketty's mom poured us milk to drink, which was so strange to me. In our house, the only thing you drank at dinner was sweet tea. What I was experiencing at Ketty's house was all wrong in my mind. No, no, no. This was not spaghetti. And this was not how spaghetti night was supposed to go. My little world was shattered. It's one of the first memories I have of realizing not everyone did things the way I did. Until that moment, I just assumed spaghetti only looked one way. And I'm pretty sure Katie thought the same thing. She expected a long noodle, dark sauce, meatball dinner with milk. And I expected a short noodle, bright red sauce, bread dinner with sweet tea. We can all have the same formula for something as simple as spaghetti. A spaghetti dinner equals noodles, meat, and sauce. But there are a million ways to make it. And as a result, it can look and taste very different from one house to another.
Okay, thank you. Let's invite Gauri to continue on.
Yeah, okay. So, I find the same is true for money. Each home is unique. Every parent is different. How you grew up and the environment you were raised in shaped your money beliefs and your habits with money in very specific ways. That's why the first step in understanding why we handle money the way we do is to begin with our childhood. Because as children grow, more is caught than taught, meaning children absorb a lot about money without even realizing it. For some, money is stressful and secretive. For others, it's peaceful and positive. It's all the same basic ingredients: money, income, bills, goals, but it can look and feel very different from one house to another. How my money story began, how and why we relate to money the way we do as adults, is largely influenced by our parents or the people who took care of us growing up. This is true no matter what kind of home we grew up in. regardless of whether we grew up with one parent, two parents, or relatives. My money story began during the hardest financial season my parents would ever face. I was born in April, and they filed bankruptcy papers in September of the same year. My older sister was about 3 years old, so with a brand new baby, a toddler, and as dad says all the time, a marriage hanging on by a thread, they hit rock bottom hard. It took a good 5 years for them to climb out of that hole, right around the same time as my earliest memories. I don't remember the initial crash of the bankruptcy. What I remember is the aftermath and what became a new way of living with money for our family. My parents started talking about money with each other. They budgeted what little money they did have, and they avoided debt like it was the plague. We shopped at consignment stores for clothes, never took a vacation, and only ever saw the inside of a restaurant on our birthdays. That was how I thought everyone lived. My parents' perspective on debt, budgeting, and saving deeply impacted my own perspective. Because of my parents' hard work, after that soul crushing bankruptcy, I was able to learn firsthand the value of managing money well. I learned my income is my biggest wealth building tool. So I never took on any debt, and I never will. In fact, I've been working Dave Ramsey's baby steps my entire life. I don't say that to pat myself on the back, but to show you how big of an impact parents have on our money outlook. Your story may not involve something as drastic as bankruptcy, but the way your parents viewed and handled money during your childhood is extremely important for you to understand. Your childhood household was your money classroom. As an adult, you may handle money much like your parents did when you were a child, or you may have deliberately chosen to modify or do the exact opposite of what your parents did. Regardless, we each learned lessons there that we have taken into adulthood. Some are good habits and healthy views on money that help us, and some are lessons we wish we could unlearn.
Right, thank you.
Okay,
Now, let
that's
Can
it.
take us through
The next two
this
pages.
popcorn chapter.
Yes.
Interesting popcorn.
Okay, popcorn. Growing up, one of the biggest treats for us Ramsey kids was going to the movie theater. Part of the fun of going to the movies was the full experience the movie, the Coke, and the popcorn. One year, my mom bought an extra large bag of popcorn there so we could have free refills. At the end of every movie, mom would dump out any uneaten popcorn, fold the bag neatly, and stuff it into her purse. The next time we went to the theater, she would take out that same bag, unfold it, and get her free refill. Sometimes she would even send one of us kids to get it. One time, I was a lucky refiller. A kid working the concession stand just looked at me and that oily, greased, obviously used popcorn bag. Clearly confused, he asked, "Has this bag been used before?" I felt like I had been caught for insider trading. I just gave him a nervous grin, took my refill, and walked quickly back into the theater. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We had technically been stealing popcorn from that place for years. We told that story one night at dinner a few years ago, and my dad was dying. Sharon, I cannot believe you stole popcorn from the movie theater. David, she said in a sweet southern accent, I wasn't stealing, I was being economical. Now, I can tell you that today I have a deep conviction to buy popcorn anywhere popcorn is sold to make up for all those years of free refills. That level of economy is not a habit I took with me into adulthood. Of course, this is a light-hearted example of how our childhood impact us as adults. But these experiences aren't always light-hearted. Whether it's frugal living or lavish spending or somewhere in the middle, we need to spend some time exploring our money classroom to discover how it shaped us. Different perspectives. As you think about how you were raised, keep in mind that you and your siblings may have different perspectives of what it was like growing up in your house. We are all wired differently. Our passions, our fears, and our dreams are different. Even if you had siblings who grew up in the same house, and even if you had similar external experiences, the way you guys all perceived and internalized those experiences can be very different. The same goes for your best friend. The same goes for your spouse if you're married. The same goes for your brother in law. Here is an example. My parents were right in the middle when it came to strictness in their parenting. If I was at a sleepover and a friend's parent wanted me to call home for permission to watch a certain movie, my parents would always say yes. I mean, it's not like we wanted to watch Silence of the Lambs in the fifth grade. So they were definitely not strict about movies.
Okay, we will stop here. Thank you so much, Lit. It is 6:01. And yes, we begin. This book is already up in our library. So do check it out and we can all start reading. And we're reading chapters 1 and 2. Is that right, Saloni?
Yes, we are reading chapter 1 and 2, and that's our expectation that this book will be filled with, self-reflection and reminiscing and really trying to untangle our mindset and our behavior. So I think what will really help us into untangling all that is by sharing, just sharing it out. We don't try to fix things. We don't try to, nitpick anything, but we just share. So I think this is what I expect of our group to do with this book.
Absolutely. I think self-reflection and sharing in the club. Awesome. So this has been great. We continue to learn. We continue to learn through the week, through the various Facebook and Instagram lives now available to each of us to work on our mindset, habits, and the system, of course. Tonight at 8 p.m., we will have the Financial Friday quiz. So get ready, recap, look at the paper again, but be there and participate, and don't forget to share your scores. Okay, so do keep inviting your friends also to attend one of our free sessions if they want to know if they can even work on their money life or if they should. All right, so thank you all. Let's enjoy the new book and have a great evening, everybody, and have a great weekend. Lots of love. Take care. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.